Hey everybody, it's Melanie, the Carnivore Queen. I wanted to do a really quick update on Candida. I used to have Candida overgrowth, and that has been completely eradicated since going high-fat carnivore in February of 2021. A little bit about me, I had interstitial cystitis that went undiagnosed for my entire life, and so I would go to the immediate care center all the time with what they thought was a urinary tract infection, and these were recurring every couple of months, if not once a month. So they would just put me on an antibiotic and send me on my way. They would do a culture on my urine, and it would typically be negative. Actually, it was always negative. And it also had blood in it. So they would just send me with an antibiotic and then tell my mom to tell her to finish up the antibiotic, even though I didn't have bacteria in my urine. So, what happens when you take unnecessary antibiotics over long periods of time? You can develop Candida overgrowth. So that's a big problem that I had. I had all kinds of issues from it. And basically, I was being given these antibiotics as a band-aid to what I now know was interstitial cystitis. I wasn't diagnosed with interstitial cystitis, or IC, until I was 22 years old. And I am 38 now. So, I've had it my whole life. It's completely cured and gone since I went carnivore in February of 2021. It took, I want to say it took a few months after changing my way of eating to completely eradicate it. And I've never looked back. I mean, it's been the best thing in my life. It cured my Candida overgrowth. It took away my carpal tunnel syndrome. It took away my acne and my terrible periods. And it took away tumid lupus that I had, which was a form of lupus that affects only the skin. And it looks like shingles. That's the only way I can explain it. It took away dandruff. It took away just so many different things it's helped me with. I want to say the number one thing being the OCD panic attacks, the panic disorder, because that's something that affects your entire livelihood. I mean, if you can't leave the house without having a panic attack, then you don't leave the house. And so I got my life back thanks to, this high-fat carnivore way of eating. I don't like to call it a diet because a diet sounds like every other fad that comes and goes, and people stick with it for a little bit and then that's it. This is definitely something that I plan to do the rest of my life, and it has helped me in so many ways. It's been such a positive experience, and my mission is to spread the word of hope that this can happen, this can heal you. But yeah, if you have Candida, I highly suggest you try to transition as close to carnivore as you can. Slowly, cutting out the sugars, cutting out the starches, cutting out the breads, rice, pasta. Try to just get all those junky carbs out of there, and then start to slowly, taper off of the plants and the plant material. Just because it's so high in sugar and things like that. So that's what I did. Now, is that for everybody? No. But I can tell you that Candida grows because it feeds off of sugar. So when I was taking antibiotics, they would tell my mom, does she like yogurt? And my mom would say, oh yeah. And so they'd go, well, you need to go to the grocery and get her some Yoplait yogurt. I don't know if y'all have ever looked at the back of a Yoplait yogurt, but it has an insane amount of sugar in it. And just think that was feeding the bacteria. So it's like, okay, that's probably the worst advice you could give somebody that's on an antibiotic, is to eat more sugar. Or anything, any sort of ailment. It's like, here, eat more sugar. I remember being sick with, I think, bronchitis, and they told me to drink tons and tons of fluids, ginger ale, Sprite, any of those things, clear liquids, live and learn, right? Anyway, this was just a quick update on the Candida stuff, and I hope this can help somebody out there. Again, only take an antibiotic if it's absolutely 100% necessary, because they will wreck your body. And I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. In fact, I'm a nursing school dropout. I hated it. I hated nursing school. But I love helping people. And so this is what I feel like is my purpose, is to dish out advice to the world. And this is all just coming from my own personal experience in what I've been through. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.